Hey everyone, just a quick video here today. I really wanted to just pull this together really quick. I'm new here, but my name is Tamara. I'm a Canadian living in Cincinnati right now. I'm just noticing that it's really important for us to get things together this year. Um, I myself am a stay at home mom, but this is mainly targeted to other stay at home moms. And this video can also help other people that are trying to really figure things out this year. Maybe we're a little bit behind, but I really think that we can just get our money together and get things right so that we're in a better place come the end of this year or early next year. Okay, so let's get right in. Things are getting real. So, what I'm seeing, what you're probably seeing too, is a lot of mass layoffs. We're seeing AI automation. Things are getting really expensive. Like everyone's complaining about the price of eggs, and it's just showing that we're really in a tight spot. Anytime you hear people complaining about the cost of like food, especially like lower forms of like protein or lower forms of like say vegetables and things, then it's gotten a little bit out of hand, and we really need to start thinking ahead. The first thing that I would suggest that everyone does is start saving up some money. So, usually, people don't even have $500 saved in their account. And we know from the last financial crisis, people had to go bankrupt over $500 a month. So that could be a car payment, that could have been something really small. But if they had an extra $500 a month, then they wouldn't have had to file bankruptcy. So if you have $1,000, you can probably take care of most of the emergencies that you go through. So I'm thinking that not only do you have to save $1,000, you probably want to repeat this two more times. So you need $3,000 now. So whatever you could do with 1,000, you might want to save up a little bit more. So you have to really treat this as a true emergency right now. So that involves eating rice and beans, say 3 times a week. You have to do that. You have to do those things that are really, really difficult because you don't want to have to do this out of necessity later. So if you treat it like an emergency now, you can avoid a real emergency later on. Okay? So the second one is I would pay 3 months in advance, pay off your phone and your internet. So the reason I would do this is because you can do things with your phone. You can still watch movies. You can still do some forms of entertainment with just your phone. If you want, then you can spring for your internet as well. But make sure you have that in advance because you can also make money from having internet. So you want to make sure those things are paid off, and it might be like $100, maybe $200 a month. But imagine if you have a real emergency, then you already have that covered. You're going to feel a little bit better, right? Okay, so moving on to three is to build a 3 month food pantry. So this is just thinking of your 10 to 20 ingredients that you use all the time. So, of course, you have your eggs, you have your milk, your bread. So, you can't really save up bread like that, but you can save for flour. So, try to get 3 months of flour. Try to have food that is non perishable inside of your pantry. I've seen other people save food, put it underneath their bed, they put it in a garage. You can do things as long as you don't have a bunch of rodents around and everything. Make sure your food's safe, but you really want to just say, okay, if I have $100 a week for my budget for food, I'm going to spend $80 this week on my regular food, and I'm going to put $20 a week away to save for my pantry. So it's really important. Food might go up, it might go down, you never know, but it's good in case you lose your job, in case you lose your income. You know that you're still going to eat, and you won't feel so bad because you have those things in place already. Okay, so we're already winning. See, you probably feel a little bit safer just by doing those first three things. So, moving on to step four, you want to have life and disability insurance for anyone over 18 in the house. So, even you, as a stay at home mom, you could get hurt, you could get injured, and then who's going to take care of your family, right? During the day. Your husband is going to have to still go to work and things. So you want to make sure that you have disability insurance and your husband has life and disability insurance. It can be the most basic one as long as they're going to pay it. So they have to have a good reputation. But if everyone, even your adult children, they should have life and disability insurance as you whatever you can afford. So if you can only afford $50,000, then make sure you have it. Make sure that you pay it up as much as possible. Make sure you have this because if something happens and someone just breaks their leg, they can't go to work. It's not always just a death situation. It can just be another situation where you're hurt or you get sick with the big three: heart attack, cancer, or stroke. That happens and it's happening more and more often. You want to make sure that everything's okay. Number 5, build an active income stream. So this is just a little pet peeve. There is forms of passive income, but I really think that it's gotten really, really saturated lately where everyone says do a PLR and it's giving MLM. It's giving like, you know, scam sometimes. So you want to make sure that you stay clear of that. And income is usually done actively. So while everyone's trying to find out how I can do the least amount of work, how I can, just basically not do much, you should go the opposite way and say, okay, what are some things that I can do for other people? Can I babysit? Can I clean homes? What can I do? If it means getting a little part time job, that's okay. There's nothing wrong in a stay at home mom being home centered and still making some money, especially now. It doesn't mean you go and spend it, it means you're saving that. So if it means working retail or finding something where you can get started now, not have to skill up and all those things, if you can get started now, then you're in a better place. Okay. So that's the active, quick type of way to make money. Usually you want to do things from home. Some people bake bread, some people do things, but that still takes income to be able to get started. Whereas if you're just watching someone's couple kids, you can make $300 to $400 a week, right? Okay, so you want to think of ways that you can actively make money for now, and you want to aim for about $2,000 a month. Okay, if you're in that range and it's not stressing you out, and you can still do a good job as a mom or a wife, then you're winning. Okay. Number 6, you want to build a social media following. So just when I said the active income, then you also want to start building a social media following online. There's so many opportunities there where you still are doing active work, but you create content around things that you're interested in, and you're making content around things that people really, really need right now. So if you can get to that following, there's sponsorships, there's other things that you can do where you can actually get your eyes on your own things that you're interested in or things that are important to you. So just take that into consideration. I know some people are really private, and there's ways to do faceless. You can do things where you're just showing your hands. I've seen a lot of people do savings challenges, which I'm probably going to get into as well. So just by making sure that you build a following around things that you can actually go the long haul with. Like if you can see yourself talking about it for about a year, you probably want to do it. And it's also a great creative outlet for moms. Sometimes you may get bored or you want to talk to adults and things. If you build an online following, then this is one way that you can do it. Okay. So the last thing is you want to make 10 friends offline. So there's going to be times where you need someone to lean on or someone needs to lean on you. So if you have that in place already, you can avoid loneliness, you can build money together, you can have events together, you can make memories together. And I think that's something that people, they just don't stress that enough. You really need to build real long-lasting relationships with other people online. Okay? And then once you have all of those 7 things done, then what else are you going to do next? Well, you're going to try to save 50% of your income. Okay? So if you're making that $2,000 that we were talking about before, then you know what? Save 1,000 of it. That's $12,000 a month, a year. Then you can get better life insurance. So you might just be on a basic life. There's other levels to life insurance where you can actually start borrowing from that. You can do other things. Then you want to buy some land. So you don't want to buy raw land per se, but you want to build something that's long lasting. They're not making new land anymore. So what you want to do is build something so that you're not getting kicked off of your property if your landlord actually loses his job and he needs to move back into the house. And that's happened. So you want to think about that. Think longevity. You don't have to spend a lot of money on your land. You just want to start thinking ahead right now. Okay? So once you have your active income stream, start thinking about other ways to where you can create your own location independent job. So that involves just making sure that you might be online for this, but you can also do things where you're not really dependent on being in a certain school district or in a certain area. Okay, so it's nothing wrong with starting exactly where you are to start thinking, okay, I might need to move to a lower cost area. So what can I do to make sure that my income doesn't stop when I have to move? And then always keep building up your food and water supply. So if you like this information, just please let me know. I plan on doing some savings challenges and some other fun things for stay at home moms when it comes to money. I think it's just not enough things out there and resources for moms to really feel more empowered while they can just stay from home. Okay. So until then, I'll talk to you later.